Good afternoon and welcome to Dear Administrator at Bayshore Guest Home and Gardens. Our guest today is Bud Fichera. He is a pharmacist for 28 years?
Actually, 39 years.
39
years I've been doing consulting work for the past 6.
You don't look old enough.
Thank you.
One of the things I know that you do and that we would like it to have done at Bayshore, and we invite you to be our consultant, is once a month to come on the premises, go over all of the residents' medications and supplements, and then you can make the recommendation to the doctor if you feel that there is some kind of interaction.
Thank you. I'd be very happy to do that. One of the things that a consultant pharmacist will actually do is review every resident's chart one by one, go over all of their medications. We look at labs, we look at the physician's notes, we look at the nurse's notes. We try and get a good picture and a good idea of exactly what is going on with the resident. If they're having a problem with falls, if they're having a problem with gaining weight or losing weight, just what is actually going on with this resident and how can we improve their quality of life, because that's what we're here to do with a geriatric patient, is we want to improve their quality of life as a consultant pharmacist.
The reason I wanted to talk to you is that I have found that there is an absence of information for residents and for seniors on the interaction of food and certain medications, which is actually, in some cases, life-threatening.
You're absolutely right. And when I review a patient's medication regimen, I look at not only drug-to-food interactions, but drug-to-drug interactions. If the resident has been having, or the patient has been having problems with falls, weight gain, weight loss, there's a whole host of things that a consultant pharmacist has to look at when they evaluate a patient or resident.
If there is no primary geriatric doctor on board coordinating all the different medications, seniors tend to go to several different doctors and the medications can negate or copy each other. Is that correct?
That's correct. It's very true. And I was in a nursing home filling in for another consultant pharmacist not too long ago, and a resident had 3 different physicians and was taking 3 different medications for her hypercholesterol. And she was taking Zocor for cholesterol, she was taking Lipitor for her cholesterol, and Vytorin for cholesterol. It's
Wow.
totally inappropriate. A farmer in Wisconsin was wondering why his cows were dying, and he noticed that when he found a dead cow, that the blood was not coagulating when the cow died. And this led to an investigation as to what was going on in the barn, and they discovered that the rat poison contained an anticoagulant, which eventually was named warfarin and then Coumadin. Cranberry juice is a problem. Leafy green vegetables are a problem. And people go and they buy food supplements because they may be natural and they're promoted as natural, but you don't know how they're going to react with Coumadin. So preferably, as a consultant pharmacist, if I see a resident on Coumadin, I always make a recommendation to the physician that he evaluate the use of the Coumadin with the food supplement that the resident is or the patient is taking, and maybe the resident or the patient can stop taking the food supplement on natural remedy, which they think may or may not be beneficial.
And there are also some medications, Bud, that cause a more severe drowsiness when mixed with alcohol, and at times seniors tend to take those medications in the evening when they have their drink versus taking them in the morning and not drinking with that medication. Is that correct?
That is correct. There's a particular group of medications called benzodiazepines. This is your Xanax, your Ativan, and your Restoril that you take at bedtime, or Ambien, and they should not be mixed.
One of the things that I have found, even with residents who self-administer medication, is that through the years the pills have become smaller. They've changed color according to the generic. Davidson has said that they will bubble wrap these medications so that there is absolutely no mistaking what pill, when they're taking it. They come together and it's the safest method that anybody has found of so far. Do you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely, and that's a very, very important thing, because if a resident or a patient doesn't take the right medication at the right time, it may not work. And you have to be concerned about that. Adherence to a drug regimen and getting your medication, getting a resident or a patient to take the medication in the right dose at the right time is very important.
And you can help the spouse if they have diminished eyesight or they don't see so well, and explain what the meds are, and then it's much easier for them to take out of the container.
Absolutely, and that's what we pharmacists do. It's a matter of service, service to the customer. That's the most important thing that we do, is to provide the service, appropriate service to the
And I
customer.
hear,
the
Bud,
patient.
that you do free consultations, and any donations can be made anonymously to your cause. Would you tell us about your cause?
Sure, it's a Knights of Columbus Council at St. Patrick's Church in Sarasota. That's Council 13307.
Thank you, Bud, very much. Thank Davidson's. The family's a wonderful family for
Thank you.
helping individuals with the bubble wrap. And thank you for being our monthly consultant. And I do encourage anybody who has issues with their medications to please seek a pharmaceutical consult and ensure that everything is copacetic in your house. From Bayshore Guest Home and Gardens, good evening and have a nice day.